Good morning, CB, and happy Monday.
A packed show today with news and CB arts,
Knowledge about a local grocery store,
and finding out how a CB student is spending their time during quarantine.
Thanks for joining us.
Episode 8 of At Home KBFT starts now.
3, 2, take it.
We all know that there is a risk of getting sick when we go to the store to get our food. But what if we can eliminate that risk?
Our very own Eli Buggy is going to show us what we can do to feed ourselves from home.
Throughout the course of quarantine, you have no doubt noticed a shortage of some common items at the supermarket. Now that the weather is warming up, you can solve this problem by growing some of your own food at home. Today, I'm going to show you how to get your new plants in the ground and food on your table. Normally, I would go for a tomato plant because they grow really well in the Sacramento climate, but I already have one growing at home, so today I'm going to be getting a bell pepper, and so we're going to go back to my house and plant that in a pot. Alright, so we're out in my backyard. It's a nice sunny day out, and we're gonna put this bell pepper we just got in the pot here. So what I've got is I've got my pot, I've got my plant, I've got some potting mix and some starting fertilizer that we're gonna put in there as well. So the first thing I'm gonna do is fill up the pot pretty much to the top with the potting soil. Okay, now that we've got our pot full of dirt here, we're just gonna hollow out a divot in the center of it where our plant is gonna go. Make sure it has enough space. And then we're gonna grab some of our starting fertilizer over here and just add in a handful of that into the bottom here. It's going to give the plant the nutrients it needs to get started. Now the next thing you want to do is take your plant out of the pot it came in, and you also want to do what I did, which is to break up the ball of dirt that it comes in to make sure that the roots can escape. Try not to lose too much of the dirt, but make sure that the roots can escape and expand into the bigger pot. And then you're going to just plant your plant down into your dirt. Okay, now that we've got our bell pepper down in the dirt, I moved it down into the patio here so the water can drain out. It's down here with a tomato that I planted a couple days ago. And the next thing we're going to do is give it a whole bunch of water from our hose to make sure that all the dirt gets real saturated with water and the roots have enough to drink. Alright, so I'm just going to stick the tag that came with it down in the dirt there. It's the final thing, that way I know what's what. And yeah, with that, you've successfully planted your plants, and you should have freshly grown vegetables in a couple of months here.
Students who are interested in nursing, pre-med, and pre-health, listen up. This Thursday, May 14th, Ann Hardy from Creighton University is hosting a webinar from 4 to 5 p.m. She will discuss searching and applying for colleges with nursing, pre-med, pre-dental, and pre-health programs if you're interested. In other exciting news, the deadline for Senior Open Mic Night has been extended. The submissions will be accepted at cbopenmic@gmail.com until today at 3 p.m. All acts and grades are welcome to submit a video of their performance that is under 5 minutes. We are excited to see you guys shine. With Eternal Optimism Student Activities is looking for some of our soon-to-be seniors to work lock-in for the class of 2024. This event is currently scheduled for August 14th through 15th. Applications with more details can be found on the Student Activities page on the CB website or the Class of 2021 Schoology page. If you are planning on applying, please email your applications to Ms. Roybal at sroybal@cbhs-sacramento.org by Friday, May 22nd, 2020. Now let's check out the behind the scenes of what it is like to run a grocery store during this time.
During this COVID-19 outbreak, many small business owners have had to keep their business running. We spoke to one of the many Sacramento business owners who has had to keep working during these times.
Para nosotros aquí en el negocio sí ha sido un poco más difícil porque no se consiguen los productos. Todos los vendedores cuando vienen no traen la mayoría de los productos básicos como arroz no hay, frijol se ha elevado mucho el costo, papel, toallitas no hay, no traen.
Like many other businesses, they are taking measures to keep their customers safe.
Hicimos nuestros letreros afuera para que la gente entienda que es por protección de todos y que lo que se pide es que no se junte tanta gente. Hemos tenido una persona en la puerta para controlar que no haya más de 10 personas. Han entendido, hacen línea, entonces entran y salen para que no se acumule adentro la gente.
Zaira says that most people have been understanding of the current situation.
La mayoría de la gente ha sido consciente, pero sí hemos encontrado algunas personas que se molestan y mucho a veces, pero bueno, pues nada más se les dice cuáles son las reglas y si no las quiere seguir, pues tal vez en otro lugar los pueden atender.
This has been Aaron Bernardino reporting for KBFT.
Don't forget that for the rest of the semester, attendance quizzes are due by 12 noon for the classes that meet on that day only. Announcement on lockers: when the shelter-in-place order for Sacramento County is lifted, the school will notify all families of the process to clean our academic and athletic lockers. In the meantime, if you have something in your locker that you must have for class, please send a Schoology message to Mrs. Powers and she will arrange a specific time for security to allow you access to your locker. Digital Learning Week's teacher office hours are posted on Schoology and resources. Connect with your teachers for any questions or concerns. The CB art classes have continued to work through this time, and we will now take a look at some of their work in appreciation for our beloved teachers.
In honor of Teacher Appreciation Week, Mrs. Kerr and her art classes put together a work of teacher portraits made by the students to show how much their teachers are appreciated. This project has been beneficial during the isolated quarantine to bring together the CB community and remind teachers of their important roles in our lives. I talked to Mrs. Kerr as well as student Marlena Granucci and her subject Senor Capogreco about what this project meant to them.
The idea, once they decided they wanted to do it, was choose someone who had some kind of significant meaning to them, who they really appreciated, enjoyed, had an influence on them, whatever it was, someone who was special to them.
Miss Kerr kind of just came to me and she was like, well, we're kind of doing this thing for CB to put up teacher portraits and your style would be kind of cool to do cap. And I never had cap, but I like to do musicians and rock stars. And so I was like, oh, well, it'd be kind of cool because he plays guitar and he sings. So I went and talked to him and we found some photos and it was just kind of cool to represent his stage presence.
I think she did a great job making me look like a rock star and everything. It was incredibly humbling that, she wanted to paint me. And when I saw the painting on Facebook, I was just blown away. She did such an incredible job of capturing the picture. It looks very similar to the picture I gave her, but with her really unique style that she put on it.
Teachers across the board were delighted to be a part of this and are grateful for the support during these challenging times.
I probably got somewhere around 30 emails from people who were pretty happy about it, made their day. And yeah, it's been a challenging year anyway. There's been a lot going on. And, so already the goal was kind of like, hey, this will be uplifting. But then when there was the big delay, I was like, well, why not send them out for Teacher Appreciation Week? So I think the timing worked out pretty well and helped us get through this last push through the end of the year.
Resulting in newfound friendships and strength for the end of the year, Mrs. Kerr's Teacher Portrait Project was a complete success. This has been Daniel Phelps with the Talon Morning News.
And that's a wrap on episode 73 of the Talon Morning News.
The order today is A, D, E, F.
Tune in next week for another episode.
Be sure to continue practicing social distancing and most importantly, stay happy and healthy.
Have a great week, Sabi.
Can